So over the weekend, we got a very good look at Bungie's newest game, Marathon, and I'm very conflicted. So let me get this out of the way first. No, I don't want the game to fail. I don't want any game to fail, but I do have some concerns. So I'll start off with the positives, which are obviously the art direction and art style. The marketing and promotional materials, even the music, everything has been exceptional. That 8-minute cinematic is one of the best cinematics for a game I've ever seen, and I'm not exaggerating. If you haven't seen it, go look for it. I keep rewatching it. It's so good. I'll put it up there with the Space Marines animations. I love futuristic sci-fi cyberpunk settings, and this is right up my alley. I will be buying the art book for this game when or if it ever drops. Like the corporate world designs and hiding secrets, the robots, the environments, weapons, and character designs, like I want to sink my teeth into this. I love this world that they've crafted here. As a visual designer, I am eating this up, and then I'm reminded it's an extraction shooter. This is one of the most unique games in terms of style and art direction, and it's a PvP game. I'm not just a Destiny player, I play all types of games, so while I can and have played extraction shooters, I don't particularly like them, so that's a bit of a turn off. The game itself doesn't look as vibrant as any of the marketing materials. It kind of looks a bit flat, which was a bit disappointing since they were saying, they've taken inspiration from Mirror's Edge and a few other games that are so visually striking, but this, not so much. Like, it didn't fully translate from the trailers to the game, but maybe the full game will look more vibrant, hopefully. They got a few months to launch. The reveal gameplay didn't sell me, at all, but I looked at some other content creators that, actually know how to play games, and their footage made the game look very different. It's a bit more fast-paced than the reveal made it seem. There's a character with jets on them. I don't know which one it is, but they're running pretty fast and doing double jumps. I would main them. They seem pretty fun. I like the guns, but as I have 2,000 hours in Destiny, I couldn't not notice some of these animations are the exact same. So after all the details I heard and some more came out earlier today, here's where my concerns start. The first one is, who is this game for? They made it clear it's not for the Destiny players, which is a shame because I'm looking at this game with all the ARG puzzle stuff, the in-game dungeons and raids, and interacting with the terminals and other PvE activities that can be triggered during a match, and all the cool abilities, and I'm just going, damn. Destiny players would eat this up. They would love this. I would love this, but it's an extraction shooter. So it's not for Bungie's core audience. It's not for the older Marathon fans because it's a PvP game with no campaign. And from what I've been seeing, some of the Marathon fans aren't too happy with that. And finally, they said they're not competing with other games in the extraction shooter genre. They're not thinking about that. They're just going to do their own thing. Now, extraction shooters attract a certain type of player. They are not for everyone, and Escape from Tarkov is at the top. You got Hunt Showdown, Delta Force has a mode like that. Off the Grid, Modern Warfare's DMZ, and Division's Dark Zone. Yes, people still play that. You have all these well-established games already, and from what I've seen, there hasn't been anything particularly revolutionary. I think that would make them, those very dedicated players, leave their main game for this one. Especially with an art style like this. I mean, I love it, but they tend to love that very military and grounded look, and this might be too colorful for them, and I've already started seeing some of them complaining about that. So again, I'm just left wondering, who is this for? From the features like letting you keep the loot if one of your squad mates stay alive and extract, and also it has a feature like Plunder from Modern Warfare, where if one person in the squad stays alive, you can just keep respawning, just go revive them. So it's not so hardcore, and there is a little room for error and for people to keep playing if they're new to the genre and dialogue. So is this an extraction shooter for casuals? I'm not sure. For me, this would have been a game I would dip in and out of for the lore reasons and atmosphere, and also the gunplay seems pretty solid. The three main things that Bungie excels at are here in the game, but it's not free to play, so that open beta is really gonna have to do some heavy lifting to sell a lot of people on this game, because the reactions online seem very divided. Also, let's not forget, this isn't the only extraction shooter launching this year. That other game, Arc Raiders I think it's called, is supposed to release this year from the ex-Battlefield devs who also made the finals. that, plus there's only 3 maps and 6 characters at launch, it might be a hard sell, now that we know it's like $30 or $40 at launch. I thought it was going to be free to play, but apparently not. It's a paid game. If there's an open beta, I'll try it, obviously, but yeah, I'm not sure I'd pay $40 for a game that I'm very on the fence about. It's a PvP game that has a very interesting story, and they said they'll do seasonal lore drops, which I really hope they learn from their mistakes from Destiny, because I heard that and I was just like, oh no. So the biggest problem with Destiny, if you don't know, is accessing lore and understanding what is going on if you are new to the game, because if you miss the seasonal content, good luck figuring out what is going on. So maybe they'll have, a section in the menu where you can read what's going on or watch videos or something like that if you're a new player and you want to catch up on the lore. I also hope the anti-cheat is good, seeing that this is primarily PvP. People complain about COD's anti-cheat, but personally speaking, Destiny PvP is also not that great. Bungie is constantly banning people for cheating and suing cheat makers, so I hope they're on top of the anti-cheat from the very beginning. And since we're on the PvP side of things, an article came out today allegedly saying that they won't have any skill-based matchmaking. I'm taking this with a grain of salt until I see this confirmed from them. But if that is the case, some people might see this and think this is great, but I don't believe skill-based matchmaking is an issue. I think it's how aggressively that matchmaking kicks in after you win or lose. That's the real problem. But their new matchmaking system will work based off of levels, so all the low-level players will get matched together, and all the high-level players will get matched together. On paper, this sounds pretty good, but in theory, my first thought was smurfing is gonna go crazy. And on the other end of that spectrum, just because you play a game for a long time doesn't mean you're good at it. Lord knows how many high-level players I get on my team on COD or Marvel Rivals, and they're going like 4 and 20. And, also, what if you decide to take a break for a few months and then hop back in? Will you still be dealing with other high-level players? So yeah, lots to think about. And lastly, they've described it as a social extraction shooter. But there's no proximity chat because they want to curb toxicity. Seeing as there's, events on the map and puzzles and stuff, I don't know, I would think if you want your game to be very social, proximity chat would be a no-brainer. Because I'm just thinking, imagine you can convince another squad of people to a short truce and all of you try to solve a puzzle or deal with a world event currently happening, and then maybe negotiate loot after, or I don't know, just kill each other when somebody drops their guard. Like, proximity chat leads to funny and cool moments in games, so it's a shame they've decided against that. So yeah, I don't know. I definitely have some concerns, but I haven't completely written the game off yet, like some people have based off of this reveal. I'm just very on the fence. As for the game's success, I don't know. We'll see. It is on console, so that has a chance to get a lot of sales there because yes, Tarkov is the king of extraction shooters, but it's only on PC. And there are some casual and forgiving elements, so it's not as hardcore as the other games I mentioned earlier. But I think the amount of content at launch is eyebrow-raising just for $40. So we'll see if there's a roadmap and, when that first big patch will be, because content is crucial for a live service game. But yeah, as a Destiny player, Bungie can definitely do some cool live events and PvE stuff. They're very capable of that. I've seen it all the time because I've played their games. So yeah, that's all my thoughts on Marathon. We'll see what else gets revealed in the upcoming months. If you saw the reveal, what are your thoughts? Are you a fan of it? Or is this a no for you? Let me know in the comment section down below. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.